I would like to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Now that the transcripts are out, do y'all funky asses want us to stop talking about Naziah? Salute to the chat. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to my moderators. Let me read my copyright disclaimer and get into this demonstration. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes. I just got one short announcement to make before we get started. If you have been following the DeAndre Howard case, make sure everyone calls the chief investigator in the DeAndre Howard case. DeAndre Howard is the son of Rock Squad and the Riders' own Jonte. And let us throw up some prayer hands for Jonte. So here's the number to the chief investigator out there in Fresno. We need everybody to call this number that's posted on the screen and ask what is going on in the DeAndre Howard case. If they ask, who are you? You let them know that you are a family member of DeAndre Howard. All right. Now, let's get into this demonstration, y'all. Appreciate the membership. One love. Appreciate the super chat. One love. Now, a big shout out to Miss Parker and her riders. Miss Parker and her riders, they work non-stop 24 hours a day. They really put in that work. All right. Now, it's because of Miss Parker and her riders that this sector has been blessed with the transcripts. All right. Now, and I'm going to go to Miss Parker. My question is, now that we have the transcripts, right? We got these transcripts. Do y'all want us to stop talking about the Naziah Harris case? Remember when we was down the rabbit hole? Folks wanted us to stop talking about the Naziah Harris case. Remember when Naziah's family members was showing up on our panels? People wanted us to stop talking about the Naziah Harris case. Now we have these transcripts, black and white. Black and white don't lie. Do y'all still want us to stop talking about the Naziah Harris case? All right. I'm sure that we're going to have a lot of funky ass trolls in here tonight. Moderators, let them rock out, because this demonstration is for those funky ass subscribers and funky ass trolls. So all my moderators, let them rock out, because we know who's behind these accounts. We already know who's behind these accounts. So if they want to come, let them rock out. As long as they're not using profanity, let them rock out. All right. Let's check out none other than Miss Parker. And make sure, moderators, we drop in Miss Parker's link. And make sure y'all head over there to Miss Parker and show Miss Parker some love.
To them. Because one thing I don't like around me is a liar. One thing I don't like is trolls making fake accounts and wanting sympathy and empathy and playing with people's emotions and shit. Because I told God, give me all my motherfucking prayers back that I sent up for y'all asses and y'all lies. The stories don't even make sense. They watching. I thought you said you watched it. How y'all know this shit? Well, watching this and watching that. Nah, y'all said it like y'all knew it. Y'all taking shit from content creators, going back and watching the preliminaries and making the story y'all. I know. And when I wouldn't go with y'all theory and I couldn't let you in that Discord to meddle with me to run it back to that other content creator, I know. I use discernment. I use discernment. As much as I fought God for giving me discernment, it saved me a few times from letting people get too close. Trying to get in the Discord to see what you can get. Well, so you can make it your story. I think the fuck not. Yeah, I know. With the evangelist bad, I know. Not going. I was on the road.
Oh, hell.
Today, you was on the road, Betty?
Give me a second, y'all.
Because one thing I don't like around me is a liar. One thing I don't like is trolls making fake accounts and wanting sympathy and empathy and playing with people's emotions and shit. Because I told God, give me all my motherfucking prayers back that I sent up for y'all asses and y'all lies. The stories don't even make sense. They watching. I thought you said you watched it. How y'all know this shit? Well, watching this and watching that. Nah, y'all said it like y'all knew it. Y'all taking shit from content creators, going back and watching the preliminaries and making the story y'all. I know. And when I wouldn't go with y'all theory and I couldn't let you in that Discord to meddle with me to run it back to that other content creator, I know. I use discernment.
And let me slide in and see, this is what I've been saying as far as when it comes to the content creators and when it comes to the subscribers. Now, believe it or not, it's not only the funky ass subscribers that keep a lot of ish going. It's other subscribers as well. And we just got to be very, very careful when we're dealing with this information. I know the majority of y'all mean well. Y'all mean well. But y'all have to be careful when visiting content creators' platforms. Visit all of the content creators' platforms. But you have to be respectful with it. Every content creator run their platform different. What you might can get away with over here, you might can't get away with it over there on another content creator's platform. Read the room, check the temperature, and understand that each content creator is serious about their work. We're very serious about their work. Once again, for everybody that has been following the DeAndre Howard case, DeAndre Howard is a Rock Squad member and a Riders member. His mom, Jonte, lost her son, DeAndre Howard. And it's been over 10 years. They have a suspect. The suspect fingerprints is on the weapon, but the Fresno, California Police Department has not made an arrest. So we want to get as many phone calls to the chief executive in the case. And here's the number on the screen. So if we could get everybody to call that chief investigator's number and ask about your family member, DeAndre Howard. And they had phone records that the suspect admitted that he pow-powed DeAndre. He didn't know that it was the wrong person. So the suspect even came forward speaking that he did do it, but it was an accident. So we want to help DeAndre Howard's family bring justice to this case. All right. Now let's get back to some more of Miss Parker.
I use discernment. As much as I fought God for giving me discernment, it saved me a few times from letting people get too close. Trying to get in the Discord to see what you can get. Well, so you can make it your story. I think the fuck not. Yeah, I know. With the evangelist bad, I know. Not going. Disrespectfully, I'm not going. They could have never thought. Get over saying different things. Now it's this color hair. Wait. How long y'all think this shit was gonna last before I doxed that page of Tinona's? Y'all don't get to run around in here, not over here, and I ain't great fact check that shit. Who is this? Run that through your machine. Thank you, Paris. Run this through your machine. Run this name through your machine, which magically came up after JoJo did her interview with. Yeah, I know. After she did her interview with Two, here come a Tinona. I just want to apologize to you on behalf, because they said Shannon. I said, how you Shannon know your mama? Why would Shannon make a page of your mama? Girl, because they said Shannon be, no, you're just two people.
What if recording high-quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple as hitting?
And if JoJo, if you are in my bushes, drop down, JoJo, because I do have a few questions for you. JoJo name was just mentioned. So if you're in my bushes, drop down, because I do have a few questions for you. Now, it is my belief that JoJo, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, JoJo is the victim of Jarvis's from 20 years ago. And some of JoJo's comments has been dissected. So come on out of the bushes, JoJo, and chop it up with Shank Rock.
That was said on Mocha Live. Or
shout out to Mocha Unfiltered. Shout out to Mocha Unfiltered. Moderators, if you could drop Mocha's link in the chat.
your weird ass on. You're weird. Sitting there making pages like y'all never thought I'd trace it back.
Now let me come to the chat. My moderator, Capricorn Chronicles, says JoJo is a liar, and I'm so mad about it. Once again, JoJo, come on out of the bushes and talk to Shank Rock.
Now y'all seen people in the house. Well, I thought y'all heard voices. Now y'all seen. Is the mama kidnapped or not by Franklin? What we doing? No, it's one thing. Don't play with my motherfucking intelligence.
Frank's baby mother, Frank's daughter, come on and drop out of those bushes. You know, allegedly, it was Frank's baby mother that came in my chat. Remember, y'all? And said, Mr. Shank Rock, you owe us an apology. And also, allegedly, I believe one of Frank's daughter came in the chat as well. And they visit other platforms as well. See, one thing about this social media, one thing about these YouTube streets, whatever it is that you put out there, it's going to catch up with you. It's going to catch up with you. These YouTube streets is just like the real streets in real time. It's going to catch up with you. And see, that's why for me, that's why I like for the trolls to rock out over here. Because one thing about a troll, eventually a troll is going to crash out eventually. And you're going to say, well, damn, when they was over there with Toot, and shout out to Toot, drop Toot's link as well too. If they over there with Toot, they say one thing. Then you might see him in Miss Parker, they say something else. Then they come to Shank, they say something else. See, this is the main reason why we air these funky ass subscribers out. This is why we air them out. Because this ain't our first rodeo. Been there, done that. We've seen the plays so many times. But that's why it's so important to air those funky ass subscribers out. You know, because they'll bounce from platform to platform, twisting narratives, getting in content creators' ears. That's the famous thing that they do. That's the famous thing that they do. They get in a content creator's ear and start whispering. And then before you know it, because we already got our work cut out for us. So, you know, you catch us off guard and be like, oh yeah, such and such was talking about me. Such and such ain't say nothing about the content creator, but you got them funky ass subscribers that'll get in these content creators' ears. I went through it. So come on out of the bushes, JoJo. Come on out of the bushes. The allegedly baby mother and daughter of Frank. Come on out of the bushes. Talk to me.
And that's what y'all thought. JoJo and Jarvis don't have a daughter. Incognito. It's a lot of lies. Go look at Toots Live and then go back and look at Mocha's. And again, I ain't trauma bonding with nobody. I'm not letting nobody play in my face. I don't have to. Good luck to the rest. Let me write y'all a check that'll bounce. Because that's what the fuck I want them to do. Bounce. The fuck from around me. She come down, Tinona come down. How about, I want to apologize to you on behalf of my mama because Shannon, girl, I don't care, man. Thank you, Mika, for becoming a member. I don't care if my mama was right or wrong. Is that what y'all don't understand? Right or wrong? I ain't apologizing for shit you cuss my mama out. Sorry. But why y'all typing and one disappeared? Where they do that at? See, when you make a troll account, like I got one for my sector. I used to anyway. But I had two devices. One right here, and I finger fucked my phone like crazy. So people wouldn't be suspicious that I left the chat.
And I will be going over Brooklyn's transcript. I'm going to get into Miss Parker as she break it down because I love when Miss Parker breaks down the transcripts. But I'm going to do a little reading of Brooklyn's transcript as well. All right. We want to get into these transcripts because right now that's the latest information in the Naziah Harris case as far as us content creators, the transcripts. And these transcripts was brought to us by way of Miss Parker and her riders. So that's the latest information. And when you get into these transcripts, you know, you be like, damn, you know, damn. The transcripts don't lie. But reading these transcripts, a lot of them that got on the stand lied. They lied. Yes, they did. And that's why I still say it's bigger than Jarvis. It's bigger than Naziah. And that's why we got to break it up. It's some evil, demonic stuff going on and been going on and going to continue to go on. That's why they want us to stop. That's why. Because see, when you go down the rabbit hole, these transcripts, when the family members start to come out, and in my opinion, those family members that have hit the platforms, I still give respect to those family members. Marquita and Kiwana. I believe Janelle, but I know I heard Marquita and Kiwana both say that they could have done better. They wish they could have done more. They could have. But see, for me, and this is why I always give those family members credit, because those family members, they did step forward and make an attempt to make things better. Janelle and Kiwana, they put the CPS report in. They put that in. Roxy and Kenya, they come out. Roxy, she got her own platform. Roxy do her thing. Kenya don't got no problem with hitting nobody's platforms. Mimi is boots on ground. Mimi goes hard. Shout out to Mimi.
But, you know, hey, who am I? Just somebody too real for the shit, and I ain't doing it, and I ain't going. My dad's spiritual. She said Frank, she over in Mocha's talking about Frank spiritual.
You can't make this ish up. So the allegedly daughter of Frank is in Mocha's, was in Mocha's chat hollering about her dad is spiritual. We hear this so often, and some people wonder why I am so hard on religious people. And that's the main reason why I am hard on religious people. Not all of them. The same way not all white people is bad. The same way not all black people are bad. Not all religious people are bad. But a lot of them got the game messed up. A lot of them hide behind their religion. And the majority of the times, we see it in the Naziah Harris case with Miss Annette. Miss Annette cusses the children out early in the morning now. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Miss Annette cusses these babies out early in the morning. And then what does she say? Let us pray. Yes or no? Now here we have the alleged daughter of Frank. My daddy is spiritual. I bet his funky ass is spiritual. I bet he is. But not the righteous kind of spiritual. I bet he is spiritually.
She's over in Mocha's chat. Talking about Frank spiritual. Clarice, definitely. Thank you, Janet, for becoming a member. She in Mocha chat, my father's spiritual.
Odin Valhalla Rising, now available on mobile and PC, exclusively with Google Play Games.
That's when you knew it was some bullshit. Y'all couldn't read through it. Thank you, Caramel. Y'all couldn't read through that bullshit when she said her daddy spiritual. When the kids was getting touched at his shop. And he knew.
How spiritually can you be? You know these babies is getting touched at your shop. You never even would allow your children to go to that shop, Frank, because you knew what was going on at that shop. Huh? You knew what was going on up at that shop, and that's why you didn't allow your babies to go up to that shop. But you're so spiritually. And you know the sad thing about it is they come in our communities and they are religious people, right? But when they come in our community, they feed us poison. They help destroy us by feeding us poison. And then they go on Fridays, they go to Juma. Throughout the day, they make salat 5 times a day. They pray. And they make Juma on Fridays. But all along, they terrorizing our community. See, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about how they come to this country and terrorize our communities. Yep. So how spiritually is that, Frank? Frank got to go. It's no way around it because Frank would never allow Shankrock to go in his community amongst his people and sell nothing. Frank won't even allow a black man to come in his community and help out. That's why I said Frank gotta go. It's as simple as that. And no telling who this is that's allegedly Frank's baby mother, Frank's daughter. I believe it's Frank. And this is what I say to all of the family members. All of the family members that have been called out, all of the male family members that have been called out, even down to the cowardly lion. Y'all notice they never pull up with Shankrock. Never. I gotta even call Dre out. Dre, you don't never come and pull up with Shankrock. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because Shankrock is a man's man. And they know with Shankrock, they know I ain't gonna allow them to run no game over here. I ain't gonna allow it. Eric Gamble be stalking me on my Facebook page. Pull up. Talk to me. Man to man. Man to man. One thing that I know about a male. This is what I know about a male. When a male is wrong, especially inappropriately touching children and that male is wrong, they ain't pulling up with no man, because they know a man gonna let them have it. I will be as respectful as I can, but I will not play with y'all, because as a man, y'all should have shut that ish down, and y'all should have shut that ish down ASAP. As a man, Jarvis shouldn't have never been around them babies. He really shouldn't even been around your niece. But when females, when they reach a certain age, ain't nothing we could do about it. They're gonna see who they want to see. So ain't but too much the uncle could have done when it came to Frank dealing with, not Frank, when it came to Jarvis dealing with Shannon. But when it came to them babies, you were supposed to have stepped in, and you know I'm telling the truth. That's why you'll stalk my Facebook page, but that's why you won't pull up on me to talk about it. I ain't the women in that family. I ain't scared of you, bro. I ain't scared of you. What you done to Naziah and what you allowed to happen to Naziah, I don't have no respect for you. Because there's no way in the world that you should have been hugged up with this little girl. Answer me that. Why was you hugged up with Naziah and dancing with this baby, man? That's all I want to know. Is it innocent? Maybe it is, but only you know that. Only you know that. Appreciate that gifted membership, podcast. Only you know that. But pull up. A little bit more, Miss Parker, and then I'm going to read some of Brooklyn's transcript.
Y'all talking about stay on their necks. I ain't saying nothing about Frank. I could care less about his ass. I want his ass go to jail with Shannon in the net. Because from Brooklyn's testimony, Shannon in the net's the fuck going. They're going. They're going. They're going. Shannon, you want this shirt with the stripes on it? I know you got to wear green, blue, green, whatever the color is. I'll wear it for you when I go live and talk about you, okay? Because I'm ready to read what Brooklyn said. And he just... It's some sick mothers out here. Let me tell you. These kids' cases, they be sick and they be... Rewind it back, Robin. It's some sick mothers out here, but Shannon is by far the sickest. Thank you, Gigi, my baby. Thank you, daughter. Yeah, green, blue, green. And don't forget to say whatever the color is. And I asked y'all about my shirt I'm getting made, but can I wear it in court? But people told me I wouldn't be able to wear that in court. Because I was going to get all the sayings on it, simply retarded. I'm her aunt. She's my niece. Well, if you her aunt, we know that's your niece. But I forgot it's you. I forgot it's you. That's my twin. We the same age. I know the woman that was typing for the first time in her life, she was confused as a fuck. I know she was. I'm gonna go back and see at that preliminary if she paused. Thank you, Paris. Welcome from Cali. I'm gonna go and see if she paused when shit said green, blue, green.
Get 4 Arby's classic roast beef sandwiches for just $10. That's one for now, one after that.
That's my niece. I'm her aunt. That's my twin. We the same age. You see Jarvis over green, blue, green, whatever the color is. That's how it would be. That's why I can't do them kind of jobs. Because I've been like, no, ain't no motherfucking green, blue. You know it ain't no green, blue. It ain't nothing blue about him.
Miss Parker,
maybe she was talking about the mask. I don't know.
Laughing on
now,
the
I ain't
floor.
giving you no credit. Shit. Your sick ass. Let me get started. Stop at Dr. J. Okay, Milky Way, what it do? Hey, Leisha. We're gonna go to next week. We're gonna read Fat Ass. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to read his the way I'm gonna be acting him out. They won't keep shit out. Shit. Fuck shit.
I can't.
She.
I ain't gonna be able to do too much of Miss Parker, y'all, because I gotta get through this live. You know what I'm talking about? So I ain't gonna be able to do too much of Miss Parker, y'all, because Miss Parker, see, y'all only get Miss Parker for a few hours, but I get her 24 hours a day, and Miss Parker will have your ass in the floor in tears.
He looking at her while she typing. I don't care about you looking at me. Shit, I ain't do shit. He mad at everybody. He don't care that the woman typing, turn around, look at him. He don't give a fuck. You type shit. The fuck I'm turn shit. What? Wait. That's her job.
I got somebody backstage. Turn your camera on so I can see who you is. Whoever this Nelly is, oh, they dropped down. You got to turn your camera on so I can see who it is. Now, I will allow you to turn your camera off, but I need to see who you is first. So if you're planning on coming up here, if you hit this link, turn your camera on so I can see your face, and then you could turn your camera off.
Yeah, type it. I ain't do shit all the time. Shit. All right. Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record? Detective Jason Mays. How are you employed with the City of Detroit Police Department? And how long have you been employed in the City of Detroit? A little over 21 years. Is there a specific unit that you're assigned to? Homicide. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to take you back to February 15, 2024. Were you working that day? He said I was. Were you working alone or with a partner? With a partner. And who was that partner? Detective Lisa Johnson. Now, stop T. But I'm going to tell you something about when he said Detective Lisa Johnson. Detective Lisa Johnson did testify at the preliminary. Thank you, Carmel. But guess what? They turned the camera off for her too. But we can, y'all know how I do. I'm gonna go in that tunnel and get that tea out. But Detective Lisa Johnson, put that in your notes. Get your pencil, get your pen. Now I got pink on in my shirt. I want a pink pencil. Yeah. Got my pink pencil. Let me get my highlighter. Because it might be something I done missed reading this shit 3, 4, 5 times. Just like listening to it. But reading it said a little more. Because see, Jason was trying to talk long shit. Yeah. I'm such. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds just like that damn preliminary. What? Yeah. 20 years. Why he wasn't talking in that mic? Why they always trying to sound low? Shannon, blue, green, blue, whatever the color is. Blue, 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 green, blue, whatever. And she looked upset. Shannon about cried when they made her point out Jarvis. She didn't want to. Green, blue, green, whatever the color is. He up her. I said, what he's saying? But I got it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. He said, Detective Lisa Johnson. And what is it that you were assigned to do that day? I was tasked with interviewing an individual. Okay, and do you remember the name of the individual that you were supposed to interview? He said, yes. Thank you, Mika Boo. He said, yes. Who was that? He said, Jarvis Buds. And do you see that person that you interviewed in the courtroom today? He said, I do. Now, Shannon, Annette, maybe it was that Timu wig because your glasses was dirty. For the trial, you got to clean them bitches off, baby, because everything you said at that one, you know what I'm saying? Clean them glasses off. Clean them glasses off. I don't know who even walks around with foggy glasses. Hell, how did y'all not get in the wreck on the way to the courthouse as dirty as them bitches was? I seen how filthy it was. Maybe that's why she was looking up in the ceiling.
Lord have mercy, Miss Parker.
Caught
Lord have mercy, Miss Parker.
the judge's face. What she do? Oh.
Lene leaving gonna turn Bakari into a monster.
Oh.
She was the only thing keeping him sane. I agree. I think he was already.
You already went over there. You went to the ceiling. You went to the window and to the motherfucking wall. You seen him over there. Why'd you look at the judge? Wasn't nobody over here. Catch the judge. You scanned that area 4 times. Had me looking up and I know a couple of y'all, but y'all never admitted that y'all was like, you know what? Shit. They ain't great. Had me acting like them. Shit. He said, Jarvis Butts. And do you see the person that you interviewed in the courtroom today? He said, I do. And can you point to them and tell me the color of the clothing they're wearing? The gentleman sitting behind the defense with the green shirt on in the mask. Your Honor, would the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant in this case? She said, so reflected. And where did this interview take place? Detroit Police Headquarters. Okay. And who was out there in the interview? Myself, Detective Johnson, and the defendant. And how was it that Mr. Butts was there? He was brought there by officers, I believe. And was Mr. Butts in custody for your purposes at that time? He said no. Now remember that date? She took him back to February 15th, 2024. And he specifically says that Jarvis, she said, and was Mr. Butts in custody for your purposes at that time? He said no. Was he in custody for other purposes at that time? He gonna say, hey, thank you, Jazz. He gonna say, I believe so, ma'am, yes. Well, you know he's in custody for something. How you gonna say, I believe so? Are y'all okay up there? She said, and was Mr. Butts in custody for your purpose? He said, was he in custody for other purposes at that time? Well, I believe so. Yes, ma'am, yes. I came with these people. I swear I came. She said, okay, did you ask Mr. Butts if he would talk to you? I did. Did you offer money, food, or drink, or anything like that? No. Okay, did you ask if he knew or understood English? Because, see, everything matters. I want y'all to pay attention because everything they say to Jarvis matters. I don't give a damn if they read you your rights. They have to read everything to you. correctly. They said, did you ask if he knew or understood English? I don't recall that, no. Okay. But by speaking with him, I knew he understood English. They're not okay, Paris. Hey, Miss B. Okay, did you ask him like his education levels like that and things? Yes. Did you ask if he was under the influence of any narcotics or alcohol? Yes. Okay, did you advise him of his rights at that time? I did. And did you use anything to assist in providing him with his constitutional rights? Yes, the constitutional rights form I also recited to him verbally. She said this is marked and proposed as Exhibit 20. And can you tell me what it is I just handed you? A certificate of notification of constitutional rights. And is that fair and an accurate copy of constitutional rights that you provided Mr. Butts on February 15, 2024? Yes, ma'am. She said she will move for the admission of people's proposed Exhibit 20. She said no objections, all of that. She said, and on this sheet, did Mr. Butts reflect that he understood and acknowledged his rights at that time? He said yes. And how is it that he did that? By attaching his signature and dating it. Okay, and who else signs this form? Myself as a witness and also anyone that's in the room. Did Miss Butts, she said, did Miss Butts exhibit anything to you as an experienced officer with 21 years that would make you believe that him talking to you wasn't voluntarily? No. Okay, did he agree to speak with you? He did. All right. And how long did you guys talk for, if you recall? He said, I'd like to say that the interview may have been a total of maybe a couple of hours, 2 hours. And were there any breaks in between that time? He said, yes. Okay, and was this interview recorded in any way? He said, yes. How was it recorded? Audio and visual. Ouch, hold on. This is poking me. Jeez, it was poking me. Ouch.
It's not just about saving time. It's about expanding.
I'm going to come to the chat in a minute, y'all. Give me a minute.
And he said, and how was it recorded? He said audio and visual in the interview room. Because it was almost like everybody know, like, it's damn near like they didn't want you to hear what he was saying at all. Okay.
And even his, testimony, it's like Jarvis's interrogation is so muffled that you gotta, really, really, like I couldn't play Jarvis's interrogation. I couldn't play it because it sounds so muffled. Why?
SP, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting all that with all they sayings on the SP, but I got you. He was very cooperative, okay, Lizzie? And he said, okay, and I've showed you previously a video of the interview that took place. Do you remember me showing you that? He said, yes. Okay, when I showed you that, showed that to you, was that a fair and accurate depiction of the video interview that you took of Mr. Butts back on February 15, 2024? He said, yes. Your Honor, I move for the admission of people's proposed Exhibit 21. Ms. Quick said no objections. The judge said it'll be admitted. She said, thank you, Judge. May I publish? I'm not going to play the whole video. It's rather lengthy, but there are parts that I don't want to play. I do want to play. Oh, shit. First officer detective, I'm sorry. Did Mr. Butts give you a phone number that he used? Yes. Okay. Do you recall the phone number it is that he gave you? He said, I would have to review my report, but I believe it's 313-585 something or another. Okay. Will reviewing your report refresh your memory? It would. Do you have a copy? Yeah, I have a copy. Okay. It's 313-585-8719. Again, pay attention to that number because that's the number they try to say Naziah was texting from as a text now number. Not possible.
Wow. Wow.
Try.
Shout out to Miss Parker. Let me backtrack. Miss Parker cooking, y'all. Miss Parker cooking. Shout out to Miss Parker.
Number that he used. Yes. Okay. Do you recall the phone number it is that he gave you? He said, I would have to review my report, but I believe it's 313-585 something or another. Okay, will reviewing your report refresh your memory? It would. Do you have a copy? Yeah, I have a copy. Okay. It's 313-585-8719. Again, pay attention to that number because that's the number they try to say Naziah was texting from as a text now number. Not possible.
Miss Parker caught that, y'all. Miss Parker caught that. Nikki says, don't get him started with the funky ass. They do it all the time, Nikki. They know how I am. And y'all see, I be just chill. You feel me, Nikki? My man D, where D King at? I appreciate you, King. King says, man, y'all get them likes up for my boy with y'all funky asses. I appreciate that, but Nikki, they know how I am. All it takes is for one person. All it takes is for me to see one person put in the chat something about some funky asses, and I'm going in. Leave my funky ass alone. There go Angela. Don't stop, Shank. Stay on they funky ass. Y'all leave Mr. Funky Ass alone, would you? Can you please leave Mr. Funky Ass alone? Let me get through this demonstration. King said I had to because they tripping. I feel you, though. I feel you. But I'm trying. Look, y'all don't need me and Miss Parker up here cutting the fool. Y'all don't need both of us up here cutting the fool. Now, if me and her cutting the fool, we won't get through this demonstration. Let's get back to Miss Parker, y'all. But Miss Parker caught that. She caught that number.
Try it. Try it. Not possible. Hey, Florida. Hey, Carla. So he gave the number 31. He said 313-585-8719. Somebody actually gave me the password to this phone. That's crazy. I don't even know if it works, but somebody gave me the password. I need to check it. Shit. FBI, can I look in Jarvis's phone if this password is correct? Y'all, did y'all try the password on his phone then? I gave it to y'all. Okay, now I want to jump to 1 hour and 46 seconds, 1 hour and 46 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm going to play all the numbers. I'm not doing it. She's keep giving these numbers. That's all she did. She want to keep playing it back. That's when I was playing it back.
Dad, come on.
Moderators, let Nelly rock out. I think that was Nelly that had hit the link. Was that you that hit the link, Nelly? Nelly says Miss Parker is mad at everybody else, but the people who really had something to do with it. I don't think that Miss Parker is mad with everybody else, Nelly, but you're entitled to your opinion. Shannon and her sister, they both knew about Naziah and Jarvis. Yeah, but Shannon and her sister aren't the only ones. Shannon and Marquita isn't the only ones that knew about Jarvis. Now, you're welcome to join me on the panel and voice your opinion, Nelly. Come on up on the panel and talk to me about this. I have no problem with discussing this. But we all want more than just Jarvis, Shannon, Miss Annette. We want them all. We want them all. Nah, we mad at the whole family. No lie. We want them all. Shank is fair game. Come on up. We can talk now. Turn your camera on so I could just, but when I bring you on, I'll make sure you turn your camera off. Let me see who you is, Nelly, and then you could take your camera off. At least let me see who you is before I bring you on. All right, talk to me, Nelly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I got my bonnet. I don't want to show my face. I got my bonnet on. I just got out the shower.
You good? You good?
All I want to say is everybody mad at the wrong people when they should be mad at them twins. I got a twin. But at the end of the day, he was touching his daughter too. Let's be real. People mad at Janelle and Kiwana, all them, but they should be mad at them. I'm so mad at them. It don't make no sense. Like, that little girl got on, I heard that little girl testimony, and it's like she tried to tell her mama, and I know for a fact she tried to tell whatever that other twin name is, and she ain't want to listen to that shit. At the end of the day, y'all mad at the wrong people. Let's be mad at them and them twins. Let's be mad at them because they knew, and I understand. And Miss Parker, the reason why I got a problem with her, because when she got on that day, she tried to make Shaquita, whatever her name is, like she the victim. Talk about so she needs to get a therapist. Fuck a therapist. Come on, man. At the age that I cried when that little girl was telling her testimony, G, because at the age I was playing with baby dolls, and they had to witness that shit at the age of 9. Like, ain't no little girl should have to witness that stuff. Somebody knew something, and y'all want to be mad at the wrong people. Y'all want to be mad at Roxy. Y'all want to be mad at Janelle. Y'all want to be mad at Kiwana. Yes, at the end of the day, they tried to help. But I understand how that family goes. Because in my family is, we don't tell nobody nothing. It stays in our family. So I understand what it took for them not to know nothing. But y'all mad at the wrong people when y'all should be mad at them twins. Y'all sit up there and say that Shaquana didn't know nothing. She knew. She was living with her mama too. She knew. They all knew. That's like that other little girl I was looking at. That sister was scared to tell her that she was messing around with her what's name, because she was messing around with them too. Come on. Like, let's be mad at the white people. Them twins is the problem. And they know everything. And they know where they look good at. Let's focus on that. Y'all focus on the wrong people. Mocha, she tried to get up. You don't know what you talking about, lady. You try to get mad at the wrong people. Like, let's stay focused on who we need to be mad at. And that's the people that Naziah was in the house with. But I lost my mama too to drugs. But my auntie made sure we was okay. My auntie made sure we was safe. My auntie made sure wasn't nobody touching us. And whoever touched us made sure we tell or whatever was going on. Come on, like, let's be mad at the right people. Shannon, Shaquana, and Annette. And that motherfucker, y'all don't stay in the lab like that man was never in her house and that man was always in her house. Like, for real, let's get mad at them. Let's do stuff to them. Janelle and Shaquana and all them, they was not in the house. They came at the last minute. Like, y'all get mad at the wrong people. And I understand y'all say bloggers shouldn't be on here doing this and doing that, but y'all get mad at the wrong person. People, they tried to help. If it wasn't for Roxy, we wouldn't know nothing. We wouldn't know nothing about Naziah. So I stand with Roxy. I stand with Janelle. And I stand with Kiwana. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know nothing about this little girl. But y'all want to push them to the side or let them to the side. No. We need to talk about them more. Because if it wasn't for her going, that's the reason why she missing. That little girl is the reason why they missing. And they want to get on the stand and like, I can't wait till this trial. Because they need to go to jail. Right along with Jarvis. They was help. He had help, and they was the help. Come on. She knew when, come on. When you ain't coming on your period, though, you ain't coming to ask for no parents. Come on, man. And y'all mad at the wrong people. Y'all mad at the wrong people. When they was there, they witnessed. It was like they was sex trafficking them girls. You don't send no little girls up to no shop to help. What? I couldn't even cross the street. We lived on the house, the same block. I couldn't even cross the street at 9 years old, let alone going over to a man's shop. And y'all mad at the wrong people. Y'all should be uplifting Roxy. Y'all should be uplifting Janelle. Because they came out with it. They let it know me missing that Janelle was a missing person. We would have known if they put it out there. The only reason why she put it out there was Roxy already came out with it. But y'all mad at Roxy. I get on this platform every day and see y'all talking bad about this woman and her mama, and all they did was bring it out so we can see about it. Come on, man. Y'all bogus. Y'all bogus for that shit. Y'all bogus. And Miss Parker got on there trying to curse out Kiwana. Y'all say, Y'all sit up there questioning that lady like she the police. She only knew what she knew. Why y'all mad at her? Why y'all mad at her for? They tried to help. When they had Jarvis, when they had the little brother, they tried to help. What? Come on, G. Like, y'all bogus. Y'all bogus. And that's what I got up here to say. And it is what it is.
Can I slide in now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How do you know the family? Are you related to the family?
No, but everybody can look at it and see. Why we can't be mad at the twin? I have a twin, so I know what them secrets is like. But if I know he touched his own daughter. He was having sex with his own daughter. You think ain't none of them look go back and tell and say something? But we mad at the wrong people, though. We mad at Roxy, and we mad at Kawana, and we mad at Janelle. Why? They was trying to help. But we ain't mad at the Nat or Shannon big ugly ass. Come on, G, like, let's be back. She knew. She knew. She knew.
All right, let me just slide in and let me tell you my opinion on it. I don't know if this is your first time over here with me or not, but from day one, I've always given Kiwana, Janelle, Roxy, and Kenya, I've always gave them their flowers. Always. When I had Marquita on my show and I had a chance to talk with Marquita, I gave Marquita her flowers. From the very beginning, I was always on Miss Annette and Shannon's heads. Always. As I started to get more involved in the case, I was on Frank's head. Do you know anything about Frank?
No, I don't care about nobody that's involved but Jarvis, Annette, Shannon, and her sister. That's all I care about. I want to get to that. Until I get to the rest of the testimony and see and the case, then I'll be on that. But all I care about is the two fat ass twins, Oompa Loompas, and Annette, evil witch ass. That's all I don't give a fuck. Cause she knew. They knew. They knew. That's like Janelle said when on that podcast when they was like, oh, well, what Naziah at? Probably out there get some D. Come on, like you knew. You knew. You didn't care about that little girl. You had so much of a hatred towards her mama that you took it out on that little girl. That little girl had no hope or no chance when it came to that family. And Shannon was just as mad. Because come on, man. Come on, y'all, for real. Like we real people. We live in real life. Let's be real.
Let me say this, Nelly. Out of respect for Miss Parker, Mocha, and the other content creators, I can't allow you to speak on them. Now, if they pull up, you can speak on them.
Well, we can speak. Because at this point, y'all need to get mad at them for what? They told us to I would know. I went right past that little girl testimony. And I look at court cases. I look at them on a regular day basis. So when I came across that, what's name, I already had seen it when Roxy had brought it out. But I didn't pay no attention to it until it hit YouTube. And I came across it. So why we get mad at Roxy when Roxy brought it to the light? She's the reason why Naziah is in the light right now. Why are we so mad at her for? Why?
Okay.
I really want to know. Why?
Let me try to answer it for you, okay? Appreciate that super chat, Mashonda. Mashonda says, why are you yelling? We can hear you. Now, as I stated before, I would have to allow Ms. Parker and the rest of them to come up and address your questions. I can't answer for them. I can only answer for me.
Exactly.
I come for them all. I come for them all.
And sorry, baby girl. I'm sorry. I really love this case, and that it breaks my heart of what happened to her, and they knew it in the front of their face. Like I said, I'm a twin. I know how this twin shit work. when it comes to secrets and stuff. But it's just like they knew. And I feel like everybody is getting mad at the wrong people instead of getting mad at the right people, especially her grandma. Because if she took a hell to say, I want you to raise my daughter, and you didn't do no right, why you ain't just keep like it just hurt my feelings, baby girl, and I'm sorry for yelling.
No, you good. So I got Miss Parker up here. I got Talk with Prince. Let me just let Talk with Prince come in first, and then I'm gonna let Miss Parker come in because Talk with Prince was first. Come on in, Talk with Prince.
You can go ahead and let Miss Parker go first. I ain't got out to where I can speak yet, but you could let Miss Parker go first.
Okay, slide in, Miss Parker.
I don't even know what's being said. Go ahead. What happened, Shane?
Nelly has some choice words for you, some questions for you. So I said I can't allow you to speak on Miss Parker unless Miss Parker is over here to defend herself. So there she go, Nelly.
I got a problem with you, Miss Parker, because when Kiwana had came over here and said her piece, you got mad at her. You talk bad with her after the fact that she got off your lap. You talk bad at her. But when Fat Oompa Loompa, Twin 2 got on her, you talk to her like she needed, well, do you think that you need, like she was the victim? And you talk to Kiwana like she the one that the reason why Naziah was missing, when we all know the reason why Naziah was missing and we know who got affected it. So my reason is why you give Oompa Loompa the chance to and talk to her respect, but you didn't talk to Kiwana with respect. And Kiwana had nothing to do with why Naziah was missing.
Let me cam over real quick for this because, hey man. So, what was tonight's segment about, Shank? Was it about me?
Now that the transcripts are out.
Okay, let me. Okay.
We all knew that both of the twins had both. Now that the transcripts is out, we see it. Everybody on that side had something to do with it. But you talked to her like she didn't know nothing.
So see, you must have missed the live. I ain't even. You must have missed the live because what I said was I didn't even allow her on my panel because I didn't fuck with her. So I gave it to Shane because I didn't even fuck with her. See, I don't know if you missed that part of the segment because Shank even said it. I already talked. I couldn't rock with her. So I told Shane, since she ain't never talked on a panel, I give it to you. Because I don't fuck with her.
But why you question her though? Because if you ain't fuck with her, see, I'm from the side. I'm from the racket. If I'm not gonna fuck with you, I ain't gonna fuck with you. It's a difference. But when they because I already know what your what's name. If you ain't gonna answer the questions that I want you to answer, is where is this baby girl or
so are you here to have a conversation? Get the fuck on. Are you here to have a conversation? Or you what we doing this because it seemed like I ain't going with what your narrative, well, how you want me to move. Cause I ain't getting on this motherfucker hollering about who I ain't take up for. I don't give a fuck about none of them. I don't know why you ain't you don't like me, but you must ain't heard me. I don't care about none of them. So what we here for again? We hear about grown people, not Naziah. We here for Naziah, but we arguing about Marquita and Kiwana. Cause you from the shop, what the fuck that's supposed to scare me? I don't give a fuck about none of that. I give a fuck about these kids, period, point blank. I ain't running around hitting no motherfucking panels about no grown motherfucking people. Shake it, are they the fuck okay?
Hell no.
Oh no.
My name should have been mentioned. I wasn't even here. She ain't saying nothing about you talking to Marquita, but Miss Parker. And she didn't answer the question that you wanted us to ask. But say something to the nigga to talk to, that Shank Rock. The fuck? Because I don't fuck with none of them. I ain't a fan. I ain't running around this motherfucker cheerleading, pom-poms out for no motherfucking body but me and these kids. I don't give a fuck about from nobody's from. Fuck is we doing? Fuck type of shit is going on to hit a link and hit a panel and talk about, oh, you took up for her. I take up for no motherfucking body. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Fuck we really got going on.
But the same energy you have for Marquita, why you ain't keep that same energy for baby girl?
Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, Nelly. Give me a second,
Wait a
Nelly.
minute. Nah, hold on. Talk with Prince. Why is it even? Why we even up here about energy for these motherfuckers? All of them. Where we getting past the fact that everybody knew? I'm for Naziah. Like, I'm really not even trying to do this. Cause this shit right here is distractions at its finest. We here for Naziah, but we up here talking about Mocha and Miss Parker, and they talked about her. We grown. We handle the smoke. Let them handle their smoke. They grown. I don't even need none of y'all to talk for me. None of my riders right now. I'm grown. I can handle this shit. But I'm not up here to talk about no teams and all you took up for. I ain't take up for no motherfucking body but Naziah.
Appreciate that super chat, Drea. Drea says, stay on the next, Miss Parker. I'm going to let Talk with Prince come in. Then I'm going to let you come back in, Nelly. I'm going to give you a good 5 minutes, but then I'm going to have to drop you because I got to get back to this demonstration. All right? Come on and Talk with Prince.
Boy.
I'm trying to understand why we talking about grown people when we have a baby that will never turn 14. I don't care who did what. I don't care who did what first or who did what second. Because at the end of the day, this is about a baby that never will turn 14. And she was surrounded by monsters. So we don't care about Marquita. We don't care about Shannon. We don't care about none of those folks. We care about that baby that won't turn 14, unfortunately. So I don't know why you hitting pounders talking about why somebody didn't say this about. It's everybody's fault. Every adult around her failed her. Every adult around her failed her.
But the guardian fell her first.
Everybody failed
But her guardians fell her first. So I don't want to be mad at.
Let's talk to Prince Talk. The fuck? I don't give a fuck about none of that, where she's from or none of that. Bitch, get your word ass the fuck on.
Like, what is going on with people?
Hitting motherfucking panel. You didn't take up for Kiwana. You took up for Mark. Get that word ass shit the fuck on. We care about Naziah.
The fuck with people?
The fuck on.
Shank, I'm sorry.
Hit a motherfucking panel like I'm supposed to cheerlead for some bitches. Get the fuck out of here. Give a fuck about the Dirty D, Dallas, the Shy. I don't give a fuck about the 50 states of a motherfucking America. You better get the fuck out of here. Bitch, know what panel to hit. Bitches know what motherfucking panel to hit. Cause on none of y'all can never hit my motherfucking panel and face me on my shit. Cause I'ma drag your motherfucking ass for dear life. Whore. The fuck alone, bitch.
Appreciate that super chat. Have you seen this podcast? Funky ass, go on now. And let us get back to tonight's demonstration, the transcripts. Let's get back to the transcripts.
Go!
From watching her first hockey game.
So she said, it's when we get to the meat and potatoes. She said, Detective, it's fair to say this. It's just clips of this interview. He said, correct. And your conversation with Mr. Butts moved on into another kind of topics too. Correct. Okay, did Mr. Butts say the last time that he saw Naziah before she went missing? Yes. He stated to me that the last time he seen her was at the end of December, early January. Sometimes at the grandmother's house getting her hair done. But see, if Jarvis stayed in the driveway, this is where Annette and them gets fucked up at, right? That's Jarvis talking right there. That's Jarvis alone. Did y'all not pay attention that Jarvis talked? He said he seen her in her grandmother's house getting her hair done. And Annette said he never goes in the house. See, Annette, y'all thinking Jarvis just got to tell when Naziah's no. We need to know all of that. So your ass can go to jail too, okay? I can't do the okay like Cardi B, but just put it in my Cardi B voice, okay? You're the fuck going for two, and you're not going past $200. I mean, go. You're not collecting $200. You can get $200 in commissary. I don't know how Michigan do it. They might be a little less, but I know Kentucky they'll let you get $200 in commissary. Nothing over, not a penny over. So Annette, you might can get $200 in commissary, but that's it in phone call money. She said, okay. And did he say anything about knowing where Naziah's bus stop is? This is where it got fishy. He said yes. Okay, what did he say about that? He said that her bus stop was at 3 Mile and Cornwall. And when you guys are talking and you mention the name Zaza, who is he referring to as Zaza? The descendant. That's what he called Naziah, the descendant. I don't know if y'all know what the descendant is, but he said the descendant. He's talking about Naziah. You were showing Mr. Butt some text messages. What were the text messages that you were showing him? What were they from? From his cell phone data? Or I got that information from the officer in charge of the case. I don't know exactly where it was extracted from. I would have to review a document.
And I'm going to read my moderator, Marty's comment, because I second that. Marty says, please, you have to hit the like button after that. Make sure y'all funky asses hit my like button. See, let me tell y'all about y'all funky asses. Y'all will never be able to go to another platform and get the entertainment, the education that you receive over here with Shank Rock. So the least that y'all funky asses can do is hit my like button. Now, I ain't get on y'all about sending me cash apps, super stickers, super chats, memberships. But at least y'all funky asses can hit my like button. I should have 600 likes on this demonstration. Now, y'all run along with y'all funky asses and hit that like button. If y'all don't give Shank Rock the Content Creator Award of the Year, I'm coming for all y'all funky asses because the shit that I put up with over here, and I give everybody a fair shot. I let everybody rock out. I let everybody rock out. I let everybody speak their piece. Now I need y'all funky asses to hit that like button. Let's get back to more Miss Parker, and then I'm going to read Brooklyn's transcript.
Well,
struggling with complicated content and editing software? I was too. Riverside really simplified things.
You should have reviewed that document coming in the door. Before you just walked in that room, y'all should have collabed. They want you to come and talk to them, but you ain't got all your ducks in a row. Dealing with this high-profile case that they didn't pass down to George Harris and Professor Clumfez. I ain't do shit. I was returned. That only goes at the other courthouse and starts working. Nobody. Okay. From his cell phone data, he said he don't know where. He said he don't know how it got extracted or nothing. Okay. Did where? She said where are they from? Like a cell phone provider? Where are they like from an app? Something like that. He says he believes they were from an app. Why you don't know that? Because if we want Jarvis, then pay attention. If we want Jarvis to really go to jail for doing this, why you don't know none of this? Why you don't know? I believe. No, we don't need you to believe a fuck thing. We need you to know. With you working for 21 years, you should know because you ask those questions. Hey, where are these from? Oh, this is the app. Okay. Where'd you extract these from? Okay. Before you go in there and have a conversation with him. That's what I thought. Okay, he said, I believe they were from an app. Okay, and was it your understanding that those messages between Mr. Butts, the defendant, and Naziah Harris? Absolutely. In the photo that you showed Mr. Butts where he identified Naziah Harris, I want to show you people's, it's already admitted, Exhibit 12. They say yes. Is this similar to the photo that you showed Mr. Butts in your interview? Yes. What's the only difference if there's any? It appears to be the same. I feel like my picture was zoomed in a little bit. Wait a minute. Thank you, King. Wait a minute. Thank you for becoming a member, sis. Wait a minute. Even if you zoomed in, the picture, if you zoom in on me right now and don't zoom in, it's gonna be me. He gonna say, she said, why did she say, what's the only difference if there's any? He said, it appears to be the same. I feel like my picture was zoomed in a little bit. Okay, so it's a smaller version. Was yours in color also? He said, yes. Okay, and this one where he identified, is this the one where he identified Naziah Harris? Yes. Cross-examination, Mr. Riggins. Good afternoon, Detective Mays. Good afternoon. So let me ask you first, this is Jarvis's Peoples. First of all, your role in this case, were you primarily just interviewing Mr. Butts, or were you involved in the greater investigation? What's the greater investigation? Listen to what he said. He said, so let me ask you, first of all, your role in this case, were you primarily just interviewing Mr. Butts, or were you involved in the greater investigation? Greater. What's the greater investigation? What's bigger than Naziah? What's going on up there?
And this is what we've been saying. It's bigger than Naziah. It's bigger than Jarvis. Now, right there, are you involved in the greater investigation? We all know what's going on up there. It gotta get broken up, because for one minute, if we think that it's only about Naziah, if we think that by them having Jarvis that it's going to stop, then we don't know nothing about this Naziah Harris case. We don't. And for me, and let me just clear the air. I allow everybody an opportunity to get whatever it is off their chest, to get it off their chest. So then that way we're able to find out who's who. We're able to find out things that we didn't know. All right. Now, when it comes to Miss Parker, love her or hate her, you gotta respect the work that Miss Parker and her riders put in. Ain't no getting around that. Because just like the other content creators in this sector have been feeding this sector with content, this is content coming from Miss Parker. Miss Parker has definitely been feeding the sector. Like I said, and I know some people throw this at me. Yeah, Shank Rock. That's your woman, so you're going to defend her. I don't gotta defend Miss Parker. I let Miss Parker defend herself. But I can't allow nobody to attack Miss Parker and she ain't over here. Now, when she over here, and if she want to pull up on the panel and address whatever it is that needs to be addressed, no problem. You know what I mean? But for future reference, for those that do hit my panel, just keep it classy. Try your best not to yell. Try your best not to argue. You got some questions? Pull up. As you can see, I'll let you ask your questions. Like I said, you got some ish to get off your chest, pull up. I will let you get it off your chest, but just be respectful. All right, be respectful. But I just can't sit back and allow nobody to discredit Miss Parker. I can't let nobody discredit Mocha, Cold Peace, Toot, and all of the other wonderful content creators that's been keeping Naziah's name alive. You know, you could disagree with him. That's fine. But it's because of us that we keep Naziah's name alive. Look, as y'all can see, the officials up there in Detroit, they don't give a damn about Naziah. Yes or no? The officials in Detroit don't give a damn about Naziah, right? Right? Family members don't give a damn and didn't give a damn about Naziah. Some family members did. Some family members tried. But other family members ain't give a damn about Naziah. Now, when us content creators, when we're raising awareness for Naziah, that's caring about Naziah. We ain't got to do this. I'm trying to tell you. We ain't got to do this. We ain't getting paid a whole lot of money. But we do it from our heart. Because Naziah could have been our family member. She is our family member. But we really do it from the heart. We really do it from the heart. Now, just because you disagree with a content creator, that's fine. That's fine. But what Miss Parker brings to this sector, let us thank Miss Parker for bringing what she brings to the sector. All right? A little bit more, Miss Parker, and I'm going to go to the transcript.
What's the greater, and this is Jarvis's, what's the greater investigation? Annette, y'all, what the hell y'all got going on up right now? It's that trafficking. It's that trafficking, just like y'all said Uncle Daddy didn't do it. But I'm about to talk about, well, I'm going to let the content creator do her thing, but we're going to talk about Crystal Gamble and Eric Gamble. Coming to a Bonnet Chronicles near you. Y'all liars. All y'all. I know about the birthday party and everything. What really happened. No. That's why you was coming down, dropping down in them troll accounts, because I'm going to talk about it. I knew Roxy's ass wasn't lying. I know. One thing I ain't going to do is lie on nobody. I don't got to like them, but I ain't going to lie on them either. And I don't want nobody around me like that either. Because I don't go along to get along. I'm just me. That birthday party... Who took you? Who took Crystal's baby to that birthday party? I know. Yeah, I know. One thing I'm going to do, y'all know I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes. But I'm going to let it get out how it get out. I'll wait. It's like, I want to read Lisa's. I want to read Lisa's preliminaries and shit. I know I want to match everything together. Okay? This sounds so good when everything mashes together and the truth comes out and you find out about Crystal Gamble and her baby, Eric Gamble, who took her daughter to the birthday party. I know. My shit's only gonna be payback because you fucked with Brittany's job. So I'm gonna put all these receipts at her. I am. And it's fuck you. Yeah. He said, were you involved in the greater investigation? He said, mainly for the interview. I assisted on the search. Okay, so you interviewed Mr. Butts on February 15th, correct? He said, yes. Okay, was he already in custody, correct? Yes. Did you and where did this interview take place? Detroit Police Headquarters. Okay, did you transport him or was he already there when you got there?
And I'm going to come back to that. Ms. Parker has joined me on the panel. I'm going to let Ms. Parker speak a piece, but focus in on what Ms. Parker just read. Are you involved in the greater investigation? Slide in, Ms. Parker.
Okay, Shank. It's not I've come to realization a couple weeks ago, it ain't so much about Naziah when it comes to me no more. It's hate. We just seen it, you know. I went on CNN and found the same thing that was in the transcripts, right? Naziah's cousin speaks out as a title. I sent it in the Discords. And it wasn't no one time I just heard my name. What about Naziah? I mean, like, I don't even got enough dislike for nobody for me to even come at nobody right now. Because the more you read from any of these transcripts, it's the lies, the deceit. But it ain't no focus about Naziah. It's crazy how Naziah's name keep getting thrown into bullshit. Like real life bullshit. Her name is getting thrown into just people just don't like it. And it's okay. Stand in line. I got a line that probably I ain't gonna be able to beat all of y'all until like all the haters until 2027. But I'm okay with that after we get justice for Naziah. Let's focus on Naziah. Her story, she's under 13 at this time, pregnant a couple of times. And we want to talk about, oh, well, nobody protected and nobody. Man, what about her story? It got to be out there. We know she wasn't the only one. What, we gonna go to the court and say, don't let her tell her story, her privacy, when it's gonna be cameras and shit, strangers all through that bitch? This is public record. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. I paid what I paid for. But now we don't want to put it on Naziah. We want to take it off of, it's the messenger. It ain't about Naziah. It ain't about the transcripts. It's the messenger, which is me. I ain't lose focus, and I'm not losing focus. Because from everything everybody felt her, everybody around her, even the detectives and so many more, if you listen. But yet we could take our time. This is why I don't like you. And I was waiting what I say about Naziah. I'm waiting for Naziah's name to come up. Oh, you didn't like her. You don't like her. To get certain things out of people, sometimes we might not even get what we want, Shane. It's a chance you take. It's a chance you take for, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like when you got these people on the panel, it's discussed, but you got to put the shit to the side to try to get something out of them, a slip up. How we got Marquita to even say, I wouldn't been working at that shop, but your daughter, that was a point in that. It was a message in that. But we missed that because I don't like Miss Parker. I gave it to you. How y'all missed that? Because I don't fuck with them. I told God, take hate out of my heart, Shank, but guess what? I hate them. But I can't let that get in the way of the process of, trying to figure out what I wanted to figure out about this family and that baby. I said every content creator rides this wave different. And I want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes with the skeletons, the darkness, the pedophilia, the incest, all of that. to see what kind of life this baby was really living in up until her doomsday by the hands of Jarvis Butts and Shannon and Annette. Why we can't stay there? Why we gotta hate Miss Parker when it's about Naziah. I don't hate a content creator. I don't care. I care about that baby. Something that just so happened nobody cared about it at the time that she was being, man, passed around, touched, turned around, ain't nothing. All these disgusting TikToks, the kids in the car with him, all of that kid, these little girls here, these little girls there. Uncle Daddy, like, come on. I don't think about a content creator or subscriber when I get off, man. I call my kids. And I tell them I'm sorry all the time now, more than I've ever had when I got clean. I'm sorry. I apologize over her case. I'm sorry. Because they could have been her. By the grace of God had a different plan for me. And I wish he had it for that baby. Because there's somebody out here in this world that love her from chat to chat to chat to chat to chat to chat. And instead of embracing that, Naziah is waking, shaking shit up. And that she's giving these kids voices. She's giving these kids voices. From the other testimonies too, she's giving these kids voices. To say, he did this to me. Because guess what? These kids been quiet for years. Because these mothers decided to stay piss poor mothers. See, when I was in that position and rather scratched my demon over than dealing with my seeds, I got tired. I got tired of seeing my babies hurt. Because they didn't deserve that. So instead of waiting on people to coddle me and all of that and say, you got it or nothing, man, I dropped to my knees and said, God, like, whatever you do right now, however you use me, just let me do right by my babies. Because they don't deserve this. So when you got adults hitting the panel, I'm going to tell you why I don't like you. And it's that over adult. I don't give a fuck about none of them. That's been the problem throughout this process. I lost focus. Worrying about these distractions. We should have been up here talking about Naziah. If I said something inappropriate, I would have said, you know what? I apologize. Even if I didn't feel like I was wrong. Because of distractions. The focus I took away from Naziah. I took away from all the other kids. That's all I want to do is share these kids' stories. That's it. And thank God every day that he saved me from being that piss poor mother. To allow a man to do anything to any of my loved ones. My kids were saved. And if I could save my kids by dropping to my knees and I couldn't save myself, that's all I ever wanted, Shane. So I said from this day forward, I said it a couple weeks ago, I just want to focus on these babies. That's it. That's all. I don't come out here for a click and a view to say nothing. Nothing. Because I log off. I've even been taken off where I'm so entangled into the baby. Just because I'm mad because she can't be here to see the love in all of these chats. All of the content creators is talking about it. She can't see somebody loved you. Even though you didn't get taught that in that home, it is people out here that is fighting for you and love you. From you to Mocha to Toot and Shanisha, everybody. It's people in these chats that love that baby. And I'm mad that she didn't get to see it. But we ain't talking about Shannon and them. Yeah, we are. I'm calling FBI and everything. I am. Because I want to know how is this happening? Like, it don't even seem real when you read the transcripts versus listen to it. It make it not even the kids, it's the adults. And it's like all the lies. And it's a little girl missing and we don't know where she is. And y'all don't know, y'all don't recall. And it's, I don't remember. And yeah, no. And then when you read the transcript, you're like, but damn, she said this. He said that. Wait a minute. But everybody get to go sleep with their kids. But the world don't know where's Naziah Harris. What happened to her? Just like, damn, y'all that cold? Why we can't focus on how cold these people are? I even told my peoples, I said, we'll never get an understanding even after the trial. We'll never understand this shit. Everything that come out still is shocking. And it shouldn't even be shocking, but it's still shocking like all these years and everybody knew. I hate that people even come out and tell stories now like she could have been her. That baby could have been her. This baby could have been her. This baby could have been her. When you show news clips, oh yeah, I remember the kids came home hungry. I remember the kids had bruises and nobody did nothing. And that's how I got to go to sleep researching like, why you didn't do nothing? Why you didn't say nothing? Why couldn't everybody use their voices when the baby was alive? That's all I'm saying. Is that a bad thing? Is it such a bad thing? And this ain't no Ryder's thing. It's just a mother that's been there and didn't give a fuck at one time. And could have had my kids in the same situation. But by the grace of God, man. Because I didn't care. But damn, I'm glad I do now. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about how we hate. That's all that baby dealt with, fam. That's all Naziah Harris ever dealt with all her life was the hate we pouring into each other. That's all she ever felt. No love, no likes. Not even a drip of it. Not even like that's why she fell in the arms of this monster. And thought that's what love was. And thought that's what love was. We are turn our children into the hands of a monster because what? So I don't got time for that, Shane. It's so many other kids, y'all, that need us too. Naziah has shaken things up to where we need to fight for London Thomas too. Dealing with the same type of family. Janiah McMichael Rogers is still out there. With a motherfucking mama that don't care pregnant just like, man. These stories I do, Shank, they eat me up. Because I ain't got superhero powers to get them back. I pray every day when I go to sleep, mama just hug her for me. Hug Naziah, hug Ayanna Sawyer, hug them babies, hug Shanquilla Robinson, hug them for me. Because I don't got no superpowers in my words to save them all. I just want to save kids. I want to save a place where the kids can come and use their voice. Even if still adults is fighting in these chats because it's the kid in them that won't let them use their voice. But if we're doing all of this, they ain't coming. They ain't coming. I can't save a kid going back and forth about, I don't like you. You talked about her. Man, that shit dead. What about Naziah? What about who loved her? What about who loved her, Shank? What about who loved her? And why we showing love now? I can't question that. I can't be mad about that. The same fight y'all got against me, go up there to that courthouse and tell that judge to get this baby justice. Lock all they asses up. Everybody. Everybody. But I bet y'all won't. Because we want to sprue hate on her. We don't want to put boots to the ground. I'm trying to fight for this girl now to get answers for her baby. And don't got the words for it because I don't know what it's like to lose a child. So it's sad when you don't got no words for a mother. But how much a hug could go a long way. I just seen a baby in a casket. I just seen a baby in a casket. And I said, damn, if I feel like it's what do she feel? In the hands of the CPS again. Watching the siblings cry. They shouldn't even know what that is. Like, our kids supposed to bury us. Our kids are supposed to bury us. We want to see our kids walk across the stage, get married, go to prom. Not give up on them and don't know what happened, don't got an answer. Because guess what? Like I said, I'm moving mountains. I'm moving motherfucking mountains for mine. It ain't nothing gonna stop me from getting the answers I need to know what happened to mine. And I hope God takes me before that ever happens. Because ain't nobody sleeping when it comes to mine. But now again, we don't want that. We want to, I don't like you because you said this about, man, these is grown motherfuckers that knew about this baby. I ain't sympathizing with nobody but these kids. You don't have to like me, but let's get on the same train for one day. For one day, can we all get on the same train and try to get justice for these kids? And set a platform so these kids or other kids that's watching a mother that's a piss poor mother that is allowing this to happen might see some change and want to save her kids. It might want to make a difference in a household. That's it, Shank. That's all.
Appreciate the super chat, Miss Blonde. Shank and Miss Parker, our team, save our babies. Mashonda, give me a minute. I will drop the link. Let me get into some of Brooklyn's transcript, and then I'll drop the link for you, Mashonda. Mashonda says if they don't know everything, they know something. And I'm going to just do a brief reading of Brooklyn's transcript because I want everybody, if you haven't already went to Miss Parker reading of Brooklyn's transcript, I want to make sure Miss Parker get all of the traffic. Once again, I respect Miss Parker's work, and I'm sure all of y'all respect her work. And as Miss Parker said, you don't have to like her. You don't have to like a person to respect what they do. And this is Brooklyn's transcript. And brace yourselves because it's sick. Mr. Riggins, just 1 minute, Your Honor. I have no further questions. It says, the court, any redirect, Miss Ripley, no judge, no judge. The court, all right, thank you. You're done. You are. All right. Says, you're done. You all want to break for lunch or keep going? Okay, I have 4 to 5 left, right for witnesses. It says, I believe so, Judge. I don't think they're going to be lengthy. Okay, we'll come back at 1:45 and finish up. At 12:56 p.m. off the record. At 1:54 p.m. back on the record. Okay, we are on the record. This is case 24-59617. It says, people of the state of Michigan versus Jarvis Butts. We are back to continue from a lunch break. Before we begin testimony with the next witness, I'm just indicating on the record as discussed at sidebar with all counsel that I will not streaming based off of it being a minor who will be testifying, and also that includes the media, no recording of audio either. And with that, you could call your next witness. It says the court, and this is them speaking to the witness, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. At 1:56 p.m., sworn as a witness, testified as follows. Okay, watch your step. Come up and open this door. Pull it open and have a seat right here. Take your time and then have a seat. This microphone, hold it in your lap, okay? If you need a break at any point, just let me know. Okay, or let the lawyers know, okay? It says, okay. Good afternoon. That's the question. The answer, good afternoon. So the question to the witness, how old are you? The answer is 9. The question says 9. All right. When is your birthday? The witness says February 3rd. The question says February 3rd of what year? The answer is 2015. Okay. Do you know the difference between the truth and a lie? Yes. All right. So I'm just going to ask you some questions about that a little bit, okay? So if I said to you, it's snowing in this room, right? Not. Is that the truth or a lie? The witness says that's a lie. They ask, is it a lie? Why is it a lie? Because it's not snowing. And if I said to you, you're sitting down in a chair right now, is that the truth or a lie? The witness says that's the truth. The question is, okay, and why is it the truth? The witness says, because I'm sitting down. Question, so demonstrating that you know the difference between the truth and a lie. Okay, and we only talk about true things, right? Is that a yes? The witness says yes. Okay, thank you. Do you know why you're here today? The witness says yes. The question says, why are you here? The witness says, about Jarvis Butts. Question says, and what about Jarvis Butts? The witness says, he tried to put his hands on me. Question says, okay, do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today? Do you want to stand up and look around? The witness says, no. Question is, no. Okay. Your Honor, would the court ask everyone to remove their mask? Yes. If there's anyone in the courtroom who has a mask on for purposes of identification, please take your mask off. Now here comes the questions. To the witness, can you stand up again and look around? Take your time and look around the whole courtroom. Judge, I don't believe that anyone followed your rule. Have a seat. They're saying it to the witness. I'll state again. if there's anyone in the courtroom that has a mask on, to take your mask off at this time. Can you stand up again if you need to? It's speaking to the witness. It says to the witness. Let me come up. Okay. Who do you see? The witness says everybody. They ask, you see everybody? Do you see the person that you know as Jarvis Butts? The witness says no. They come and say, okay, all right. How is it that you know Jarvis Butts? The witness says, my cousin. Question says, your cousin Naziah? The witness says, yes. Go ahead and make sure you speak into the microphone. And the witness, I want to show you a photo real quick. It's been marked as People's Exhibit 9, okay? Matt, I approach you. Talking to the judge. Yes. Now, this is the question to the witness. Do you recognize this person in the photo? You're shaking your head up and down. Is that a yes? The witness says yes. Question says, and who is that you recognize? The witness says, Jarvis. Question says, okay, thanks. So you said that you know Jarvis through your cousin, Naziah. The witness gives no verbal response. The question is that a yes? The witness says yes. Question says, okay, and how is it that you know him through Naziah? The witness says, because my auntie. The question says, your aunt? The witness says, huh? Question says, your aunt. Who is your aunt? The witness says, Shannon. Question says, your aunt Shannon. Okay, and tell me what you said that you're here because Jarvis Butts puts his hands on you. Witness says, no, he tried to have the S word with me. Question says, okay, tell me about that. Witness says, one time it was me, my cousin Naziah, and my other cousin, Janiah. Says, he said he was going to take us to the store, but we ended up at his job, and then he was trying to have the S word with my cousin Naziah. Okay, so this one time that you're talking about, who is all there? You, Naziah, and Janiah. Shaking your head, is that a yes? The witness says yes. Question says, okay, and you said you're at his work? The witness says, yes. Question says, okay, what do you know what kind of work he does? Witness says, I think cars. Question says, cars. Okay. Describe the place that you were at. Was there any colors? Witness says it was a red and yellow, looked like a castle. And I'm just going to stop right there. Remember, in those pictures of Frank's workshops, it's red and yellow. Now, remember when I asked Marquita about working up at the shop, Marquita said, no, she wasn't working up at that shop. She ain't no man. Now, them babies was working up at that shop, and that knew, and Shannon knew. Frank knew. So for Frank's allegedly baby mother, for Frank's allegedly daughter, Frank knew that them babies was up at that shop working. Once again, that's why Frank didn't allow his children to come up at that shop. But it was okay for Naziah and the other little girls to be up that shop working. Appreciate that super sticker, Sama. Appreciate that super sticker, Sama. It says, now the question comes, and Janiah, I'm going to show you some photos. They're already admitted I believe, as Peoples 4, 5, and 6. Now they saying, Your Honor, may I approach? The Honor, yes. Says, and then goes to court. I believe you just called her Janiyah. Question, oh, I'm sorry. Did I call you that? I'm sorry. The witness, all right. So I'm approaching with Peoples 4, 5, and 6. Can you tell me, do you recognize what's in Peoples 4 in this photograph? I'm sorry. The witness says, yes. Right? Question says, and what do you recognize that as? The witness says, Jarvis' job. Question, his job, and when you say his, who are we talking about? The witness says, Jarvis' job. Question, okay, and what about in number 5? Witness says same thing. Question, the same thing, okay, and what about number 6? The witness says in his job. Question, is that the inside? Witness don't give a verbal response. Question says, is that a yes? Witness says yes. Question comes back, okay, thank you. Now, this first time we're talking at his job with you, Naziah, and Janiyah. What happens there? The witness says he was having the S word with Naziah. Question says, okay, when you say having the S word, tell me what you mean. The witness says, what people do. Question says, okay, what people do? Okay, what is it? What, when you say the S word, does it involve body parts? The witness says, yes. The question says, and what body parts of Jarvis are we talking about? The witness says his private part. The question comes back, okay, and what does he use his private part for normally? The witness says to use the bathroom. Question, okay, and when he uses the bathroom, what would come out? The witness says pee. The question, all right, so his private part that he uses to pee, and what part of Naziah are we talking about? And the witness says her butt. Question, her butt, okay, and so when we have a butt, we've got butt cheeks, and then we've got the butt crack, right? The witness says, B, the butt crack. Question, the butt crack, okay? So tell me, what is it that you see happening? The witness says, they just doing it. The witness says, okay. And are they standing up, sitting down, something else? The witness says, sitting down. Question says, okay, who is sitting down? The witness says Jarvis. The question says Jarvis is sitting down. Okay, and where is Naziah? The witness says she's sitting on him. The question says sitting on him. Is she facing him or is her back to him? The witness says her back to him. The question comes back, okay, and what, if anything, is Jarvis' body doing? Witness says it's going in and out. And I'm going to just stop it right there. I will take some comments from the chat. But this is what was going on up at that shop. That is what was going on with Jarvis and those babies. Kaya says this baby was 9 years old. Wow. Nikki says she knows so much for Annette to run a bootleg tight shit. I see through you says so sick and sad. Sama says, it's so sad that baby had to experience this. Jonte says, justice, justice, justice for Zaya. Nikki says, oh my God. Kaya says, she done seen these actions before. Sick MFers. TK says, shaking my head, an 8-year-old. Nikki says, this messed me up. Candy says she was very brave to tell what happened. TK says Naziah probably really thought that was love. Lori says very upsetting. Nikki says yes, break needed. We aren't the ones that failed Naziah. So for the family members, friends, and anybody else to have issues with us content creators, we're only reporting. And it's the transcript. We didn't make the transcripts up. We're only reporting what's in the transcripts. You might say, but why, Shank? Let the Detroit officials take care of this. I've said it and I'll say it again. We saw what happened. We still see what happens, that the Detroit officials is handling this case. It's a cover-up, and it's been a cover-up from day one in the disappearance of Naziah. We don't know when exactly the date that Naziah really went missing. It took the Detroit Police Department 30 days. 30 days. Ms. Blonde says this is sick. I don't know any 9-year-olds that can describe this so vividly. I want to throw up. Q says it's time for some arrest. Jordy says Detroit ain't worth a damn. Brittany says he going to burn in hell. I have a 6-year-old. I'm going to jail for real. And then for the baby to be talking and knowing all this, she brave and was not around them MFers to talk and tell it all. Justice for that. Marquita knew. You can't tell me she didn't. And I do believe Marquita knew. Now the question comes into play. Could Marquita had stopped it? I know for a fact Shannon could have stopped it. I know for a fact Miss Annette could have stopped it. Now, could Marquita have stopped it? I don't know. Now, when it comes out, because it's going to come out, it's all going to come out. My favorite word, let it play out. So if Marquita knew, if Marquita could have stopped it, it's going to come out. But I definitely know Miss Annette, Shannon could have stopped it. So far, the officials have been failing her too. And that's why us content creators are fighting the way we fighting. Shell says she asked for that. Naziah is speaking through this baby. So far, the officials have been failing her too. Right, but her story needs to be heard. And that's through us content creators. Man, how can these MFers hide her? I'm so mad they won't just tell where she is now. I'm not sure if Miss Parker is getting ready to go live, y'all, but check and see if Miss Parker is going to be going live. I'm not going to hold y'all that much longer. Exactly, Shank. I think after hearing this last night has messed me up pretty bad. Praying for the surviving children all over the world. You can't make this ish up. Justice for Naziah. Yes, they all could have stopped it. Salute, Shonda. Yes, Marquita could have stopped it and protected her children. I'm going to drop this link. I don't know if you still hear Mashonda. And she said she told her mama, this is relentless. I'm going to drop the link. Mashonda, if you want to come up. If anybody else want to come up and speak, please be brief. And we're going to get out of here. Yes, she could have. Typo not talking about for sweeping. I hope Miss Parker talks about them 2 foster kids. Now that's some deep stuff. That's Marquita's daughter. Yes, she could have stopped. She got control of her own daughter. And it's sad. Thank God for the content creators. Poor baby. I hope Miss Parker talks about them 2 foster kids. Now that's some deep ish. And this is why, once again, this is why we are fighting. Because we do care. We care. We're not the ones that let Naziah down. We're not the ones that failed Naziah. Naziah Harris has become a public figure. So her story is open to the public. So the public has a right to speak on the injustice that was done to Naziah Harris. As family members of Naziah Harris, if you know who in that family did what to Naziah, and if you don't speak out about it, you're just as guilty as those in that family that harmed Naziah. In my opinion, I don't blame all of the family members. I still stand on what I've said about certain family members. My beef is with those family members that haven't came out. That's my beef. My real beef is with the men. That's my real beef. Where the men at? Y'all let that baby down, man. Y'all touch that baby. Y'all allow all of this to go on around that baby. That baby ain't have a chance, man. That baby ain't have a chance. Make sure we throwing up those pink hearts, also purple hearts, and make sure we are hashtagging justice for Naziah Harris. I will leave the chat running. I'll play a little bit more of Miss Parker's demonstration, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow. I got somebody up here. Who is this? Give me 1 minute, Shonda. Talk to me, Shonda.
Hey, I'm sorry. I don't want to put my picture up there. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead and talk to me.
No, I was just saying, what I think her name was Miss Nelly. When she had came up and she was mad at Miss Parker them, and she said they was focusing on the wrong people. But I'm just like, when people say the apple don't fall too far from the tree, you gotta think about the apple that's affecting everybody that's in that tree. We it's always been about Naziah, and it's gonna always be about Naziah. But at the same time, you got to figure out what's the root of the problem is. Because if we focus on Naziah and we're gonna get justice for Naziah, at the same time we get justice for Naziah, but it's gonna still continue happening if we don't figure out where it came from or who's doing this and why it came from this and that. You know?
That's facts.
Yeah, so it's not like, and I'm just like, I wasn't trying to be rude to her when I was like, we can hear you, like you yelling, but at the same time you gotta understand that like she's just not focusing on the wrong people. She focusing on the problem. You gotta focus on the problem. We're trying to get the solution from for you to get a solution out of everything, you gotta focus on the problem. Right?
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I was trying to say, and I'm just like, yeah, I wasn't trying to be rude about nothing.
And
And then
see,
I
go
forgot
ahead,
what else
Sean.
I had. I forgot what else I had said because I was saying a lot in the chat. I'm sorry. I was
No, you good. You good.
and also off topic. I want to thank Miss Parker because she had prayed for me about the situation I had going on with my daughter. Um, but yeah, but that whole situation. Hold on, matter of fact, I think I wrote notes on it. I'm sorry. Okay, and she said that like we was focusing on the wrong people. I'm not saying that Kenya, Roxy, or anybody is a problem, or Janelle, what's her name, Kenya. I don't know all their names really. We're not saying they're a problem, but if you know something, then speak on it. Cause that stems down to something.
Mm-hmm.
Cause a plant is a plant. When you water a plant with something and it's toxic, it's not gonna grow. It's toxic. So if you know something, speak on it. Don't just say like, "Oh, you say this word or say that word." You know these people been a problem. I've been doing this in my family to this day. I got so many people in my family that don't like me, and I'm okay with it. You ain't gotta like me, but you gonna respect them kids. You gonna take care of them kids. And if you can't respect or take care of your kids or respect them elders, get from around here. Yeah, and Shake, I want to say something. Everybody in my family call me Shake. That's my
They call you.
nickname.
They call you Shaq.
Yeah, cause I stand on business. I don't play about it. I stand. They like you. Everybody be asking you to stab somebody before. I say I probably hurt somebody with my words, or I probably did. But I stand on business. Like you're not about to play with them. Nobody do that. And I had a situation going on. I told Miss Parker about it. My daughter had ended up getting touched by her brother
Mm.
in her father's care. Had to get a restraining order on him because he told me he was gonna hurt me, come do all this other stuff to me. Miss Parker said, "No, you stand on that business." Thank you, Miss Parker. Cause I was like, "Am I doing something wrong?" Cause he said you need to make her come back to me, like, cause, yeah, but yeah.
Mm.
And I can't even read the chat. I don't know if people saying something to me,
No,
but
they just agreeing with you. They just saying facts. Everything you saying, they agreeing with you.
yeah. But Miss Nelly, I think you came on aggressive to everybody. I understand this whole situation is very aggressive, and the way you came at Miss Parker, I'm not, because I'm like Miss Parker said, I ain't on nobody's side. What Miss Parker said, I ain't on nobody's side, but the right side is the right side.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And for even if a child get touched, if somebody get touched as a grown woman, and I got touched or something, you know when something going different on with your body. If you don't pay attention to a child,
Mm-hmm.
you know no difference from a child that's happening to them, and there's multiple of them. Something wrong
Mm-hmm.
with child. Something wrong with child. And like
Sean,
my dad. Yes.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's it?
No, you good. Go ahead. I just got
Oh
another
yeah, yeah. Oh,
question.
okay. I'm sorry. But yeah, but I know somebody that breed dogs, and they can tell when one of the dogs been messing with the other dog. You can't tell something that's going on with another human. Something wrong with you mentally too.
Mm-hmm.
Them girls, they gotta change clothes. They gotta change, and then from the time you're saying, "Oh yeah, I need pads now," you know what? She going through something different. You know something. She texting you, telling some, "Oh, I don't heal now. Heal from what?" You know, y'all knew something, and it's scary. That's scary. for y'all to be knowing something about that baby and y'all didn't step up and do nothing. Oh yeah, that's scary. You don't want to be around nobody like that. Never in life. And for everybody saying that they got a trial coming up for them to get their kids back, because I've been watching a lot of podcasts. They can get their kids back. Why would you want them kids to be back in that position that they was already in? That's scary for them personally. Yeah.
Shonda, I appreciate you for pulling up. I love to have you back on the show. Next time I go live, pull back up on me.
Thank you so much for accepting me over here.
You're welcome. Talk to me, Nikki.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you got all that noise in the background. Come on, Nikki.
I'm so sorry. And this is the first time I'm actually doing this, and I had to maybe mute the video that was going on. Am I like a lot more quieter now?
Yeah, you good. Come on, Nick. Come on.
Okay. Look, I've been invested in Naziah's story since the very beginning, from watching Cold Piece, from watching many content creators, to even learning about you guys, like Miss Parker, you, Shank. I love you guys so much. Y'all are so invested in our baby. It is like ridiculous. And I am so appreciative of that, because me with a psychology degree and loving on children, I've been a preschool child provider for like 10 years before I moved over here to where I'm living now. And now, like, you know, I'm not doing it at this moment, but I'm on YouTube and I'm watching everything. But what I actually wanted to say, what happened today and the transcripts I read, it shook me to my freaking core. I can't hear you back because I turned this down. It shook me to my core. The fact to see here that he was not only touching on Naziah and his daughter Janiyah, and the babies had to see that, that was just crazy. It wasn't like something that we didn't already know. It was more of like, oh my God, why? Why? What the fuck? Like, why is nobody doing anything to this man in prison? Why is nobody handling him? What the hell is going on? Like, this is crazy. And I'm sorry for like the cuss words I use. I'm just so livid. I'm so angry. And I have to learn to get, like, you know, as far as the YouTube community, and be respectful of my words and stuff like that. I mean, no disrespect to your channel. I respect everything that you and Miss Parker do and does, and currently do and does every single day. I watch almost every bit of feed. But this is insane. This is really insane. And I'm so freaking livid. And I'm telling you, I feel it in my heart. I'm empathic. I know it. And I know that baby is going to tell us where she is. We are going to find her. We are. Y'all content creators and our support and your supporters, we're going to find that baby. We're going to find her. And let her get the rest that she really deserves. Because they literally destroyed her. They didn't care nothing about her. Shannon gave 0 F's about that child. Lady don't even know what to do because she's, you know, an influence of, you know, the narcotics and whatever. And I feel as though she want to do something and probably like she can't. And I'm not making excuses for anybody. Believe me, I'm not. I have family members who are in a situation. Believe me, I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, the people that could have did a lot more, nobody does anything when it comes to her. They hated her. They didn't love her. No loyalty whatsoever. And I'm so appreciative to content creators like you and Tooth, Miss Parker, and you know, like, it's like a whole lot of them. Cold Piece, I follow her. It's even smaller channels that literally love Naziah. We love Naziah. And we just are very thankful that you guys are making and paving a way for us to see justice, because they don't give a damn. They don't care.
They don't.
They don't care. We need the justice. It's justice for us, but it's mainly justice for her. And where's Vari at? Vari is like nobody can find, like he's not been showing up in no interviews and nothing. Nobody know if anybody scared him away. It's just sad. Come on, babies, they are kids. Only thing I can say about that mom is she probably entrusted her children with somebody that she thought that would protect them, and it was just a money. It was a money thing for Miss Annette. And I don't even want to say Miss Annette, but I am very respectful. Annette, the way she would yell at them kids in the morning. Do you know what that do to you when you getting yelled at in the morning before you going to school? Your whole day is messed up. You ain't thinking about school. You're not thinking about getting good grades. You just listening about the beatdown that you got the moment. And Naziah looked so scared. She had her coat on.
She said it when she texted Jarvis. I ain't gonna never get out of this hellhole.
Exactly. And the fact that she couldn't even count on her own mama to get an L. And with child even going through anything like that, they look at their mom as support. Like, man, I understand you going through what you got to go through, but if you able to talk to me or look at me, they don't get it. They don't get that you literally going through some type of, like drugs or something like that, where they don't understand. And Jarvis, with his, oh my God, disgusting behind Shannon. Oh, it is horrible. And the fact that they all knew, Shane, they all knew. We're not stupid. They all knew. I'm sorry. Look.
You good. You good.
Just had to say it to get it out of my soul and get it out of my chest, because I've been crying all day since I seen them transcripts and know he was touching on his own daughter too. I already know he did it to the 4-year-old, but dang, it's like they both, and then look at it like, well, did it cause friction? Because now you putting Janiyah and Naziah together at odds. Because now they both seeing themselves what as your love. It's just, it's just so many things. That what he did was just despicable. Despicable. He needs to be under the jail. Under the jail. I don't care if he did not participate in her, because I already feel like Shannon got something to do with that. I'm not dumb. But he did the most. They all need to go down. And I can't wait for the trial to start, because I will be every day of that. And I'm forever following you, Miss Parker, and everybody else that is all about Team Naziah. That's my baby. Let's ride for her. Purple stars, pink stars, forever. Hearts and everything. And thank you for allowing me to be on your panel. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Nikki. Appreciate you for pulling up. Appreciate this super sticker, Sharon. Salute everybody, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow. Most of y'all I'll see over there with Miss Parker. Miss Parker will be going live. Salute everybody. I will leave the chat running, and you all can hang around. Salute.
He was already there. So you don't know what conversation he was had with him prior to you getting there, correct? He said no. Why you don't know? Why you don't know? Thank you, Sharita sis. Why you don't know? Yeah, same BS from the sickos, they're sick. But why you don't know what was said to him before you go in the interview? You want to follow up, right? Because we don't want to miss shit, Jason. Pay attention. I'm reading these for a reason. Pay attention to why not a content creator on her can get Jarvis butts off, but these funk ass, tainted ass, corrupted police. Y'all ain't been saying, how did Jarvis get out on these gun charges? How did Jarvis get out feeling these sexual assaults? How did Jarvis not have to, register as a sex offender? I know, Jason. Because let me finish reading about good old Jason. That set up her like a good Black citizen, a good 21-year working detective. That was in her laugh window. Oh, you got all kind of women, don't you, Jarvis? That's your woman too. He said, So you don't know what conversation was had with him prior to you getting there, correct? No. Okay, how long was he in there prior to you seeing him, or do you know?
Yes, it actually is possible to eat healthy and still have a life.
Factor has made the biggest difference in how I eat. And
He said, I don't recall. So he don't even know what was said and what nothing. He didn't know what to go out for. You know, when you go off somebody's script, you know, you acting and shit, you read off somebody's script, you going off what they say. So you can follow suit. Could be CPS Milky Way, but the way this case is going, there's a whole lot of fuck shit going on up there. He said, I can't recall, sir. Ain't that what Lil Woody said? I told you I was a whole lot of Lil Woody in here. I can't recall. They must have watched The Thug. Yeah, they had to watch. Jason watched The Thug shit. Okay, but it was you and your partner, Lisa Johnson. Yes. Did anybody see Lisa Johnson? I thought it was Shannon, Detective Shannon in there with him. Or was it the 3 different interviews? Was it the 3 different interviews, or was it Lisa Johnson? Who was all? Yes, blessings on blessings. It's working.